All right, so good news really isn't much of a low to talk about, outside of the fact that literally all day yesterday there was going to be talks about getting snow, which you would think that today being April 1st, aka April Fool's Day, it'd be some kind of cruel, sick joke. And yes and no. We actually did get snow, but it's not even remotely as bad as everyone was making it out to be. In fact, honestly, my low just comes to the fact that I found myself kind of worried over nothing. So, that's good, I suppose. My high, though, I mean, where to even start? I mean, I got my first COVID shot, thankfully. You know, less than 3 weeks until I can give somebody a hug again. That'd be really great. Can't wait for that. There was a great episode of The Masked Singer last night, which, yes, I'm going to be talking about in detail. Actually, I don't know why, but I always find myself sort of like tilted or something. And actually, let me stand a little bit. There we go. There. That actually looks a little more professional now, doesn't it? My act of kindness. What do I consider an act of kindness? What did I do? uh, Actually, I did run an errand for someone, so that was my act of kindness. And with that out of the way, where do I begin? Good morning, happy Thursday, everyone. It is also April Fool's Day, which I just said earlier. And before you have to worry, don't worry, no April Fool's Day jokes here. I don't really do that. To be perfectly honest, I don't really have the imagination to come up with anything that would work. Besides, honestly, in trying to come up with an April Fool's Day joke, with my luck, I'd be the one who looks like the fool. So, don't worry. If you're worried about getting pranked by me, don't be. You're fine. If anything, that should also be my act of kindness. I'm not going to prank anyone for April Fool's Day. Of course, I never do. I mean, there's nothing I could come up with that's elaborate enough that would work for a suitable April Fool's Day joke. So, with that out of the way, before I begin to talk about last night's episode of The Masked Singer, I actually meant to do this the last couple of days. I know who the newest Hat Ones guest is. It's Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who, I am not going to lie, I have no idea who that is. Like, nothing at all. So, I think a little research is in order. Okay, no wonder I'd never heard of this guy. He's been, I haven't seen him in any, I don't watch anything he's in. Because he's on Supernatural, Grey's Anatomy. I never saw Watchmen. I don't watch The Good Wife. I really don't watch The Walking Dead. I kind of thought about seeing Rampage, but, I kind of, at the last minute, decided not to. So, yeah, literally, everything he's known for being in, I don't watch. So, learning about someone completely new today should be very interesting. Should be very interesting to do. See, maybe I can come up with a few other things, or if I've seen anything. Any movies that he was in? Okay, it looks like the movies that he's been in, I have heard of, I just haven't seen. I never saw P.S. I Love You. I never saw The Losers, or Jonah Hex, or Red Dawn, or Batman vs. Superman. Oh, he's been on TV, let's see. and I haven't seen him. Oh, okay. He's in a Robot Chicken episode, but I don't really watch Robot Chicken. Uh, yeah, I actually know absolutely nothing about this guy. Like, nothing at all. But considering what I just learned now, in terms of what he's been in, I'm absolutely positive Sean Evans is going to ask about his time on The Walking Dead and Grey's Anatomy. Pretty much if it was a long-running popular series, I'm positive Sean Evans is going to ask about. Like, like a question about Supernatural, a question regarding Grey's Anatomy, and a question regarding The Walking Dead. I'm positive he'll ask questions about those. He may go into a little bit of his movie career. So, it should be very interesting to see what we'll get in today's episode later. But with that out of the way, now I can talk about last night's episode of The Masked Singer, which is, well, a week ago we had the first wild card, and this week we got the second. So instead of the Grandpa Monster, the Piglet, the Black Swan, and the Comedian, we also got the Crab. And a week ago, I can tell you right now that the Raccoon was for sure going to get eliminated. It turned out to be Danny Trejo. This week, though, up until the voting, I really could not tell you who was going to get eliminated. Because everyone was either entertaining, great, fun, funny. You know, obviously they could sing incredibly well. Seriously, I was a little bit disappointed by the fact that we had to do voting. Because honestly, for up to me, I would have kept them all. Everyone was really good. I mean, Grandpa Monster just kicked everything off with Bad Reputation. Bad Reputation is the name of the song, by the way. And you got everybody to be... Sorry. He got everyone to be, like, moving and, you know, dancing. It was great. Piglet, Good to Be Alive, or Hallelujah. That was great. Great song. Black Swan, In My Blood. If I had to pick the best singer in Group B, I may have to give it to Black Swan. Is what I would say if the Crab hadn't appeared. I'll get to that in a minute. The Chameleon did 21 Questions, which, man, that is a song that takes me back. Man, it was fun growing up when I did. I mean, my early teens and teenager years were terrible, but there was some good things about it, and we had some pretty great music at that time. Like, oh man, 21 Questions. That's a great song. I'm going to get that on my iPod later. And the wild card was the Crab, who, okay. Well, actually, I should say, I did think the Chameleon was going to get eliminated, in my opinion. But considering that he got everyone to get up and dance, like, yeah, he's safe. Again, I really couldn't have told you who won up until the voting actually happened. So then we get to the Crab, who, okay, the Orca did a great job making the presence of the wild cards known. The Crab did a great job of, like, okay, the wild card, that's a concept, that's an aspect of the show that's likely going to stay for a while. Because Ain't No Sunshine, that was performed by the Crab, that was absolutely phenomenal. So, with that in mind, there was someone who had to get voted in. Again, it completely floored me when it was revealed that the Grandpa Monster got eliminated. I mean, I thought with that opening performance, like, okay, the Grandpa Monster's going to power his way through this. But he kind of didn't. And then it came to the unmasking, who... it turned out to be internet sensation Logan Paul. Now, to be perfectly honest, as someone who does make YouTube videos every day and is in no way, shape, or form an internet personality, I have heard of the Paul brothers. Like Logan and Jeff Paul, I think. Is that those? Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, Jake Paul. Who, is actually, hold on. Okay. Uh-huh. Hold on. Right, okay. Because I forget if it was Jake or Logan Paul, whom, for those of you who don't know, there's a place in Japan called, Suicide Forest, which, as its name would suggest, is a forest where people go to, sadly, commit suicide. And I think one of the Paul brothers, I think it might have been Jake, who, yeah, it was Jake, who, filmed himself there or something, which apparently you're not supposed to do. I don't know. Again, I get myself away from, those sorts of things. I'm just trying to tell you what I remember. I can tell you that, yeah, they're kind of under some controversy, but if nothing else, I learned what not to do in terms of, behaving like a good person on the internet, If a good person on the internet, there is no such thing. Trust me, yes, there is. Okay? I don't do anything crazy or stupid or highly controversial or anything like that. But with that said, Logan Paul, he was great. He was absolutely phenomenal as the Grandpa Monster. And one thing I really do like that he did at the end was, hold on, sorry, get some allergies, kind of. He said how, man, I have no idea why I'm here. I don't belong. But honestly, you know what? You brought swagger. You brought fun. Even Robin Thicke said you did great. So, yeah, you totally belong there. And honestly, Logan, you know what? I'm surprised more people get unmasked don't do this. Because, the celebrity that was just unmasked has no dog in the fight anymore, right? So, why don't they just pick, if they don't win, why don't they just tell anyone, who they want to win, Here's what Logan Paul did last night. After he got unmasked, he said, you know what, if anything right now, I'm just going to root for the Black Swan. She's really good. That was his pick for win the whole thing right there. Which makes sense. If I was on the Masked Singer, and for whatever reason I get eliminated, I would try not to get eliminated, of course. But if I was, and I'm thinking, okay, if I don't win, maybe someone I would like to see win will win. And so, if I feel that there'd be someone who'd be worthy of the W, or the golden mask, I think they would get it. So, honestly, Logan was a good sport about getting him. To be perfectly honest, everyone who's been unmasked has been a really good sport. Although, I love that, before he was unmasked, so this was great. He was the Grandpa Monster, of course. He made it so, he's like, no. It was, banging on the ground. It was so, I felt for the Grandpa Monster so bad, man. Holy cow. I felt so bad for him. Anyway, that's that's really about it for now. I mean, not much. I mean, there's no episode of Hot Ones today. I am going to see my folks later today. So, in the end, it should be a nice evening all around. Honestly, you guys are probably wondering how I reacted to my first COVID shot. I feel fine. My arm is a little bit sore. And even though this has nothing to do with the shot at all, like the dead center of my back hurts. But nothing, I feel fine, really. I'm just gonna take one day at a time and see what happens. Like, share, the subscribe button, follow me on social media, turn on YouTube. I'm very humble in this video for all of you guys watching Enjoy for today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always be here to lend an ear. I'm always here to be back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.